What's good? What is good, everybody? Sorry, I'm always just a little late. I am so sorry. Just got out of class not too long ago. So I am a little tired, but I just want to come and say hello and see how y'all were doing today. Hey, Tough Love, thank you for stopping by. Hey, Chicky D. Hey, CC. Hey, Channel Forbes, how are you guys doing? Thank you guys for stopping by. I again, like I said, I'm not gonna hold you long because hey DL, what's good? I'm not gonna hold you long. Oh, I'm 40 seconds late. Thank you. Well, at least you guys were waiting on me. The few people I have in the chat, I appreciate you guys. Hey John, what's good? Um John, congratulations on your live today. I'm really happy for you. Keep doing what you're doing. Um, and who else? Channel Forbes. Um, do you go live? Because I don't know if people have been putting your channel in the chat. I know you do videos, but I don't know if you went live recently. But I just wanted to come in. I'm a little tired. I'm a cam up just a little bit, even though I'm a little tired. Like I said, I'm a cam up hey. I'm alive. I'm well. Yeah, I haven't been camming up, so I just want to say hello. Bye. Hey AZ King, what's good? Good. It's good to see you. Yeah. I'm talking double now. So I'm gonna hurry up and get this started. Well, basically, I was talking about there's a limit to my niceness. We all want acceptance, and how far are you willing to go? Thank you, John. No makeup, and I was just a little hesitant today because um it was really windy. So I said, let instead of doing my hair, because I have a lot of hair, I said, you know what? I'm throw this wig on. I'm get up out of here. And it was so windy today. I'm like, Lord, please do not let this wig fly off of my head, Jesus. Okay. I said, well, I won't be too embarrassed because at least I got a lot of hair up underneath it. But it would be very embarrassing to see a wig with bangs like tumbleweed, just tumbling in the wind, because it was so windy today. Hey, Apple Buckeye, what's good? How are you? Hey, Meek, what's good? Glad you came through. Like I said, this is going to be a short live because I got to do a little bit more studying. Hey, Worldwide, what's good? It's good to see you. Good to see my people in here. And I want to tell you guys, thank you guys for sticking with me. You know how some people you start out with, and and maybe there was a misunderstanding, or people just don't, something you said that you're not aware of, then they stop kind of fooling with you. And to me, because I am a person that is sometimes wears my heart on my sleeve. Sometimes it's a little hurtful, but I'm just glad that you guys stuck in there with me, and that you haven't allowed, if it's something I said, or maybe you didn't like what I did or something, that you kind of stayed in there with me. I appreciate all of my subscribers that stick in there with me. Hey, Dawn, thank you so much for coming through. Anyone see more evidence on the brick girl? Even more trash. Oh Lord. Well, we know that it was an allergic reaction. I don't think it was actually a brick that actually hit her, but I digress. I don't, hey, I'm moving on from that story. Bless her heart. But I want to say this, being on this app, and sometimes when you're dealing with your everyday life, you try to be the nice person, right? And I used to always hear this saying, good girls finish last, or good guys finish last. And hey, Rox, what's good? And sometimes I feel like that. I feel like because yes, make sure when you come in, guys, press the like button. I appreciate it. When you let me take you back a little bit. When I was in school in elementary, I was always the girl that wanted to have a lot of friends. And most of the time when I would be in like elementary, I was kind of like, in a way, I was kind of like an oddball, but everybody knew me because at that time, before I moved to Dallas, I was in a very small community of people. Either, you know, I was like related to the people, like to the, to the black people, or or they were, their family knew my family. So it was a very small country town community. And I was like one of those girls, even though I was like known or whatever, I was kind of quiet into myself. But I always wanted to extend myself, because when I was taught growing up, I was always taught to be friendly. That's how you make friends. So when we're younger, we become actually the adult that we, I guess, have learned from our parents or grandparents or whoever we've been around. And then sometimes we become the person we're supposed to be by experiences. And one of my experiences as wanting to be like, I used to bring candy to school. And when I used to bring candy to school, or my grandmother would give me snacks or whatever, I would like to give them to my so-called friends, right? Hey, Gary, I would like to give them to my so-called friends because, I was just like, I wanted to be accepted. I was one of the well, how many was in our class? It was five black girls in my class, and it was two black boys just in my class. And then it was about 20 or 30 white Caucasian kids, right? So we were already in that small community, very small, and as far as blacks in that school, in that particular country town. But we have a neighboring country town where a lot of my relatives are, right? So I was one of those girls that was kind of like an oddball, but at the same time, people still knew me. Hey, brown skin, what's good? You ain't cutting up today. So I was kind of one of those girls, tried to fit in and, wanted to be like, and it was a girl there named Kiara and Kiana. Yeah, I almost forgot her name. Kiana. And everybody liked Kiana. Kiana was, she wasn't no better looking than me, but she was a cute girl at the time. And, she was really, really popular. She wasn't the oddball like I was. So, when I would bring candy, I would make sure that Kiana would get some candy and some of the other kids and some of the other girls as well. And I would always feel like I would have to prove myself to people. And this started at a young age. So a lot of your childhood wounds and the things that you still do, and the reason why you do certain things was because of what happened to you when you were young. Right? It's not an excuse. It's just those things that happen, the things you learn. So I learned that in order for me to be liked, I had to be a people person. I had to give people candy. I had to let them play in my hair. I had to let them come over. When they came over my house, they had to take my favorite Barbie doll and play with my favorite Barbie doll, even though I wanted to play with my favorite Barbie doll. So it's things like that I conditioned in my mind when I was just a little girl, that this is what it takes to be in the popular crowd, to be liked, right? And then when we grow up as a teenager and a young adult, some of those same behaviors we take on when we become an adult. And it's just and sometimes it's so unconscious, some of the things that we take on when we are kids, we actually take on as adults, how we handle situations. Sometimes how we even handle situations is like how we did when we were 10 years old, when a little boy hit us, or hit us on a butt and ran. I used to have that happen to me a lot of times. The boys would hit you on the butt, then they would run, or they would pick you, in class. They'll be in behind. If you have some long hair, they'll pull your hair and then say, I didn't do that. I'm like, you were right behind me. You know what I'm saying? And so you take on some of those same behaviors and those outlooks that you experienced when, you were just, coming up in school. Hey, TY, what's good? And that's kind of what I really started doing. And then when I became an adult, I realized that I was taking on some of those same behaviors that I was doing when I was giving candy in school. I took on those same behaviors as an adult. And I didn't even realize it. And, sometimes I would be the person, if I really didn't want to do something because to appease someone else, I would say, oh, okay, well, I'll go ahead, and do it or whatever. But then I was kind of, it's really sneaky with people like that really try to be a people pleaser and try to be nice all the time. There's a downfall to that. You know what that downfall is? When you get mad, you're like a hurricane. And it's like the calm before the storm. If you guys have ever been in a hurricane, in a hurricane is very calm before hell breaks loose. And that is kind of like me and people that are like me. We're very nice. We're very nice. We will even go so far as putting up with your mess and your stuff and not say anything about it. And sometimes we might say some things about it, but hey, Tyler, what's good? But sometimes we say, well, I don't want to offend anybody. I don't want to make somebody feel like I'm being mean until they reach that nerve. Hey, King Stoner. It's King Stoner. Don't come here with them eyes. Just say hello, Selena. But that we have that nerve, that last nerve when we are sick and tired. And that is when that other person, that hurricane comes and it destroys everything around it. And then you'll find out exactly how I feel and how much if you don't move, I'm gonna bust you in your face. And that's when I got to pull that person back because see, nice people, right? And people that are actually trying to do their very best to really be that good girl or that good boy, right? As we were taught when we were young, be good, be a good boy, be a good girl. And then when you get sick and tired, hey, Captain Wolf, good to see you. When you get sick and tired of being sick and tired, that's when all hell breaks loose. And guys, I'm just letting y'all know, hey, I have been there so many times that I was going to regret some of the decisions that I made, right? Because I got sick and tired of being sick and tired. So, you know what I said in the last couple of years? I'm going to pace myself, right? I give you one time. Hey, Tamika, I give you one time. I'm gonna let it ride. Maybe there was a miscommunication. Maybe you was having a bad day, right? Second time, you are on the edge. No, actually, I'm on the edge, right? And I'm looking at the situation, I'm looking at you, and I'm trying to figure out, okay, hey, vetted, what is the best way I can not go off, but tell you how I feel? So the second time, I'm like, I try to be calm. Listen, let's be diplomatic about this thing, right? You try to be diplomatic with people and let's talk about this. Then the third time, oh my God. What I'm trying to find out, and I don't know if y'all know this a solution to this problem, how to be in the middle, how to respond, how to respond in the right way without blowing up. I mean, I can sit up here and tell you all types of lies as like I have it all together. I can maybe say some scriptures that can make me sound good and all spiritual. But the fact of the matter is, I don't have the answer. And sometimes I make some really bad decisions because you hit that last nerve and you're going to get everything you're looking for and more. Right. And see, I also had to teach people another thing when I would have confrontations. Don't let this face fool you. Don't let this size fool you. Um, I've never been a punk. It's just always tried to be nice because that's what I've been taught to be nice. It's always best to get bees. What is that? To get more with honey than with vinegar. That's what my grandmother taught me. And then I tried to take on the philosophy, treat people like you want to be treated. But the fact of the matter is, you live in a world where people don't understand boundaries. They don't understand treat people like you want to be treated. So what do? How do you keep yourself together and not lose yourself? Now I can be nice nasty. Yeah, I can really be that, especially if I'm really trying to keep it cute, but at the same time let you know you better back up. But then I know how to go all the way far left, where you just felt like you just came out of a sane asylum. Like she's really crazy. So I can go there. I can do the nice nasty where I can be like just in the middle. Hey, Kay Morgan, just in the middle, just in the middle, right? And then so I try to just be like, okay, hey, let me calm down. Like, right. And see, that's where you see the smiles and you see, oh, hey, I'm not gonna touch that. But have y'all ever just got tired of being nice? I'm just asking a question. I'm just asking a question. Have y'all ever just got tired of being nice and you just want to tell a person exactly how you feel? I mean, sometimes I do. Sometimes I do, and sometimes I regret that I've done it. You know what I'm saying? Because then I think about, I say, I hurt their feelings, or now they don't like me anymore. They're gonna stop talking to me, and then I try to do damage control. And but sometimes in life, you're not going to be nice to people, right? You're not going to. I don't care how much you try, right? You're just not going to always feel that way. And I would be disingenuous to tell you otherwise, right? Um, and right, and you can't always be nice to people on YouTube. That's another thing you'll learn. You'll have to get to that point to where you're like, okay, I'm just gonna tell you, I don't F with you. I think you're trash. I think you this. You can't always be nice. And right, it depends on the situation. And some of us nice people, or some of us people pleasers, we really don't always assess a situation the way we should, because we're just trying not to hurt anybody's feelings, and we just trying not to make anybody not like us. But the fact of the matter is, you can be the nicest person, you could be the genuinest person and trying to be honest with people and trying to be loving and encouraging, and that, guess what they're gonna do? They're gonna spit right in your face, right? So you have to know when to be nice, and you have to know when to be like, now look, don't let this, what did I say? Don't let this face fool you. I've always been a person that wanted to uh be nice to people. Yes, I wanted friends. Yes, there's a part of me that's a people pleaser. But at the same time, I've always been a person that wanted, if I, went by that golden rule. But at the same time, going by the golden rule, right, AZ? You get tired of being nice. Hey, what's up, Miss Coco? You get tired of being nice to people. Some people, I'm just going to be honest, some people just don't deserve it. They just don't. And then I had to learn, especially on here, how to have a balance. How do you have a balance and how can you be neutral? Hey, Professor, what's up, 7G07? Can you be neutral? Is there a thing where you can actually be neutral? That's another thing I'm trying to figure out. Sometimes you try to be nice to this person and that person, and these two people don't like each other. And then it's like it kind of, you don't want to be put in the middle because you're like, hey, that's y'all business. But you want to be nice to people just in general. Because it's not so much you want to be, hi, how you doing? 656. It's not so much you want to be, I'm at the point now, it's not so much I want to be a people pleaser, but I really do want to see how can I still be myself, and be nice to people, but be neutral. Hey, Tamika, can it be successful? I find out people want you to pick a side. And I'm always going to pick the side of Selena. That's the only side I'm going to pick. That's the only side. I like who I like. And now I have moved beyond being a people pleaser. But now as an adult, I'm learning how to navigate my feelings and how to navigate my behavior, right? Because sometimes, depending on the situation and the person, my behavior is going to be different, right? So I'm learning, yes, you can be nice sometimes, but you also need to be stern. There is a difference. You can still be nice, but you got to let a person know. And you can't give people, I pick me and the truth, right? That's what I said. I pick me. And if anybody wants to ask me, well, do you agree with this? Do you agree with that? I'm going to say, I do not agree with that. I do agree with this, but that is my opinion. If you hate me for my opinion, that's on you. If you dislike me for my opinion, that's on you. I am no longer going to be a people pleaser. I am going to be me at the end of every day. Right? So I am learning as I go how to be stern with people, but to still be me. I still want to be nice to folks. I don't want to go around being mean to people. That's just not my personality. Unless you mess with me, then I'm going, if I can, I'm going to try to destroy you. But that's just me. But, but for the most part, I am, even though I came up in the hood and I kind of learned a lot of things being in the hood, I have this other part of me where I am a small town girl. So a lot of the small town girl comes in. The small town girl is the girl that, just wants to be a sweet person, just wants to be a nice person, right? But then when I came to Dallas and I lived right up in the middle of South Oak Cliff, and I was around a whole different type of culture, different types of people, different type of people that would try you. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when I had to learn how to turn on this other side of me without losing myself in the process. And I think that comes with growing up and learning how to turn some things down and turn some things up. The problem that I see on YouTube is people don't know how. And in everyday life, some people don't know how to turn things down just a tad. They keep it up, or sometimes they keep it all the way down, and then you become what do they call you become like a rug or something they just step on, because they know you ain't gonna do nothing. They know you ain't gonna say nothing. So you got to have a middle to where I'm nice, but don't take it too far. Okay. Um, I have some cousins, they can turn up like real quick. I can too, but with me having a balance, I would say, from coming from a small town and coming from a city, I try to have a balance when I'm dealing with people in situations. But I got some cousins around the way that it don't take much for them to come and see you, right? So you have to learn, I'm going to say, for the nice people, the people that want to be liked. Let me go on this side too. Do you know that so many people on here, and to an extent, some of us more than others, we all just want to be liked. That's why we want people to subscribe to us. We want people to fill our chats. We want the cash apps. We want the members. I'm going to be honest with you. Most content creators, including me, we all have a certain amount of, we all want to be liked to an extent. Again, some more than others. People actually have to like you to come on your chat. They actually have to like something about you to subscribe to you, right? So there's always a little part of us as content creators or YouTubers or just people that have a channel, whatever you want to call me, or people that have channels, that's a little part of us. We all, in some ways, in some capacities, want acceptance. That goes for you guys. Even if you're a subscriber, everybody hey, Lady D, what's going on? Everybody has a part of them that wants a little bit, just a little bit of somebody accepting them and seeing their content and seeing what they have to offer. That's what people do. And it is a basic need. We grew up, look, we were in the womb. When we came out the womb, we needed that from our mother. We needed that from our family, that love, that hug, that your mother feeding you. That's a basic need. What I see the problem is that some people want it a little bit too much to where they're willing to lose themselves and lose their soul in the process of being liked. It's okay to be nice. It's okay to want to be liked to an extent. But are you going to lose yourself in the process of wanting it and gaining it? For some people, being nice is to gain approval. It's to gain some type of fame. Like I told you, when I was growing up, being nice to me was just gaining friends, being accepted from those friends, right? But then as I got older, I'm kind of learning, people ain't all what they cracked up to be, because most of the time you run into so many fake people. When you do meet real people, you don't want to give people a chance because you just don't know if they're actually real or if they're actually fake. Hey, 22. So in the midst of you getting older and growing and going through life, you learn that being too nice, know your motives. What is being too nice? If you're being too nice because you want so many people to accept you, and then or you're doing things to gain people's approval all the time and wanting to be seen, you're doing too much. Have you ever seen a social media, how so many people are hooked on they're hooked on Instagram, making sure that their picture is out there, making sure that everybody sees what they're doing and how fabulous their life is and how their life is so much better than yours. You start to somewhat envy or covenant that person's life because you like, my life is definitely not as good as theirs. Right? And so I kind of went through some situations to where I was kind of, envious sometimes of how some people just have it all together and how people was drawn to them. You know what I'm saying? And I had to kind of check myself. I had to say, am I being too nice because I want so much approval from other people? Or I'm being nice because that's just the right thing to do? And then when I am being nice, do I have boundaries? Do I have limits before I explode on your ass? See, that was the situations I had to kind of figure out. How can I have a balance? How can I be nice, but at the same time try to tell someone how I feel when I'm upset? You know, that those are the things I am still learning. But one thing I'm learning now, I'm being nice, not so much because I want the approval of others. That used to be my thing. Now I want to be nice because that's just the right thing to do. And that's actually what I've been taught, the golden rule, which people have seemed to forgot. People have had, look, I'm gonna just say this, and I'm just gonna go. You see what's going on in the Palestine and Israel? They never have learned to be nice to each other. Palestine has a group called what? Hamas. I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly. The Hamas, and they are a group basically that they're like, you know what? We ain't playing with you, Israel. This is our land. This Gaza Strip, this is our land. These two nations have been fighting. Hamas. Did I say it correctly? Hey, Brooklyn. Hamas. Not hummus, because there was chickpeas. But Hamas. Hey, Denise, what's good? And I hope I'm saying it correctly. Those two nations have never been able to get along. Period. This has started back in biblical days. And so when people want to tell me all the Bible is fake, the Bible's not fake, well, it started back in the biblical days. Father Abraham, which is Ishmael and Jacob's father, they came from two nations. They have always been at war. They have never been able to get along. One nation has said, we've tried to be nice to them and give them this, let them live over here. Some of them live over here. Then the other one said, we don't want them over here. And then the other one say, this is our strip, this Gaza Strip. You on our land. You preoccupied our land. Get off our land. There's always, and my point to you telling you this, it's always going to be conflict when you dealing with people. Always. You're going to have some nice people and you're going to have some not so nice people. You're going to have some people that want to take over. You're going to have some people that want to give you whatever. You have to know your balance. You have to know your boundaries. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm still trying to figure it out. I'm learning how to stop being so nice one day. King Stoner, you're not nice. You're not nice. But I had to really understand, even when I was like in my early 20s, in my 20s, like, why am I being nice? Am I trying to gain something from this? Am I being too nice? How do I be in the middle? Right? And yeah, and sometimes when people do add religion, I believe in spirituality. That's different. And a lot of people that get into religion about certain things, that's where a lot of wars start, and prime example of is Israel and Palestine. Is it Palestine? Sorry. So you go into you as an adult, you remember the things that you were taught as a child. You like I said, you came into the world wanting acceptance. You knew that your parents say, hey, be nice to people if you want friends. And some of our parents was just like, no, if they ain't nice to you, don't be nice to them. I know I had a grandmama say, if they hit you, you hit them back, right? So I had, like I said, I felt like I had a balance, but because at one point when I did have low self-esteem and I was very self-conscious about myself, I was that young girl that did not know boundaries. And one thing about being too nice and not having boundaries, people will take advantage of that. You will get a wolf in sheep clothing, whether it's a friend, whether it's somebody romantically, whether it's a family member. You will have someone that will take your kindness for weakness. So sometimes you have to learn being too nice is not always the best thing. Sometimes being stern is the best thing for the situation. It depends on the person and it depends on the situation. That's how I carry myself now. Now, do I do it the right way all the time? Hell no. Some days, yes, right. Like you move by your emotions. Some days I move by my emotions. And I'm like, how dare you do this to me when I've been nice to you? Right? And we are ruled by, hey, Liz, what's good? And we are ruled by our emotions, and our emotions is what actually messes us up every time. But sometimes, like I said, it's a difference between being stern. It's a difference between being mean spirited. And I don't believe a lot of people know the difference. Being stern is actually standing up for what you believe, taking up for yourself without, I would say, degrading someone or being vulgar to someone or just being flat out rude. And then mean spirit is when you're really hitting people below the belt and you want to destroy their very soul. You want to destroy the very self-confidence that they have ever had in life, right? And that's when you kind of really need to examine and see what you, but some people just don't care. We're living in a world now where it's like, I don't care about being nice to nobody. F you. That's the type of people we're facing now. F your feelings. I don't care nothing about how you feel. Hey, this is how I feel, and I don't like you. Right? That's the difference. Stern is just being like, number one, I'm not gonna be disrespectful, but I don't appreciate what you done, and I'm not going to put up with it. You're not gonna make a fool out of me. It's basically expressing yourself, standing up for yourself, not letting somebody think and know that you a fool. Not letting somebody trying to, I guess, take over, not take over you, but make you feel like trash. Right, King Stoner. It's more exactly. Also, being stern is being assertive, telling people how you feel without being aggressive and rude. And some days I do really well with that, but some days you just gonna get that girl from South Oak Cliff. It just depends on how I feel, and I'm trying to learn to get beyond my feelings. Right. Right, King Stoner. It's more people. Hey, Watermelon. It's more. Hey, Miss Feline. it's more people that actually don't give a F. It's more people than not, if you think about it, right? But I'm one of those people that actually do. So when I do hurt somebody, or I do feel a certain, if I do something to offend someone, hey, Carlo, I do feel bad because the there's a part of me that actually wants, like I said, I actually do want to be nice. Hey, Swifty Swift, what's good? But don't mistake me wanting to be nice and take that as you're going to run over me. See, that's where when I had enough, it's like I told you, it's really like the quiet, the calm before the storm. The calm before the storm is I'm quiet, but I am about to bust. And this is right, Betty. And this is where healthy boundaries, and most people, not just Black people, don't understand what healthy boundaries are. It's knowing your limits with certain people. You can be nice, but as my grandmother would say, don't be a fool. And too many times I have played on, I went to Foolsville trying to be appeasing, trying to be liked by other people and accepted, when I found myself basically um, used. Opportunists can smell people like me a mile away. They know that you want to be liked. And mind you, I'm not like that anymore. I've kind of turned that down because I'm like, at this point now, I'm like, I'm gonna treat people nice, but you got your limits with me now. But before, like I said, when I had some areas that I wasn't healed from, and I still had that little girl, because we all got a little girl and a little boy that's inside of us. It's weird, but it's true, because a lot of ways that we operate as adults is just like that little girl and that little boy when we was coming up. So now I'm learning kind of how to have healthy boundaries. And if I see a person going too far, or before they even go too far, I'm gonna be like, listen, I don't know if you've been introduced to me. But let me let you understand this. I am Selena. I am nice. I mean well. I don't mean no harm. If I can't help you, I'm not gonna try to hurt you. But don't misunderstand. If you cross me, you're gonna have a fight on your hands. You should never judge a book by their cover. Never. You will get your ass beat if you do that. A lot of people go how people look, or how nice people seem. I have been taught the people you need to watch is the people that are actually nice, try to be really nice, the people that are scary, and the people that mind their business. Those are the people to watch, because when they come out, they coming out full force. They ain't doing no talking. We just gonna, and I'm gonna lose every nail trying to get to you. Yeah, Denise. And especially if you are in a professional environment. When you are in a professional environment on your job, and them people trying you, and they know you a nice person, and you're trying to, thank you, Swifty Swift. I appreciate you. Okay, he gifted 5 memberships. Okay, I appreciate you. I don't know how to, hey, Will T, I don't know how to give people whatever you gave them. To be honest with you, when you find people that are actually that actually try to do what is right, and you keep trying to push them. What's that song I always sing? Don't push me, I'm already close to the edge, or something like that. That was back, I guess, in the 80s when I was a baby. That song that came out. But that song is true. You got people that's actually like that. That's actually on the surface, we nice, we try to be humble. And I've always been one of the try to be, as my grandmother say, they always say, be a good girl, Selena, be sweet, right? When I used to really try. But then when I get people like you had them cousins in your family that want to test you, and when they found out, damn, Selena, you crazy. That's why I'm like, and you get into a fight with them, that's when they find out. They find out. Just don't judge people how they look. It was in the 70s. Oh, okay. I thought it was in the 80s. Don't judge people how they look, because you will find yourself very surprised what people have in store for you when you keep crossing them. Very surprised. So, like I say, don't be too nice to these people. You will find out. You being too nice will cause you more pain than what you thought, what you really, I would say, think you will receive, because you think people should treat you like you treat them. But in the society that we live in, you got to have boundaries. You got to have boundaries. You can be as sweet and kind as you want to be, but you better be assertive. You better be stern with what your beliefs is, and not letting somebody run over you. See, when I came on here, I was so naive. I wanted to speak to everybody in a chat. I wanted to be everybody's friend. Them Negroes one thinking about being no friend. Them and that's another thing. Somebody said this, and this is true. But there's also a but to it. There's no friends on YouTube, right? But on a rare occasion, rare, okay, you do meet people that you actually do become friends with. Thank you, Swifty Swift. You do meet people that you actually become friends with, but it is very rare. You have associates. And I was so blinded, I didn't even understand that, and naive, that people just wanted to have fun, that people just wanted to be cool. Some people do, but majority, people don't know you, and they ain't trying to know you. And when they do know you, they want to know your business. So when they get mad at you, they're going to put it out. I learned being too nice gave me more problems, more pain than I ever imagined. Ever. It's not worth it, folks. You're going to have a balance and understand where, hey, Shakira, where you are. Are you on YouTube? Are you at work? Where are you? Who are you dealing with? That's what you got to figure out. And then once you figure out who you dealing with, you will know how to deal with people accordingly. You will understand that there's just some boundaries. I can't go with this person. This person can't get too close to me, because I see how they act. I see how they act with others. You're right. And when you start seeing that, go by the information that you see. Don't go by, well, I want to think the best in people. Think the best in people, my ass. You're going to find yourself in more trouble than you intended on being in. This is not the world we live in, people. We don't live in a world where mermaids and unicorns. We don't live in a world where there's we're Snow White and we're talking and singing with animals and we're singing with other human beings when we walk down the road or walk down the street. We are dealing with some people that are truly demonic beings that are wrapped up in flesh. And I say it's funny, but it's true. You are dealing with a lot of demonic people that's wrapped up in human flesh. And hopefully you ain't one of them. Hopefully I ain't one of them. I'm not, but I'm just saying. You can't be too nice to these folks. You better have a balance dealing with people. You better know I'm nice, but don't go far with me. There is a reason why we go through trials and tribulations with people. You know what? You know what the reason is? For me, the reason is for you to see all types of people and learn how to deal with people. That's I know that's some of the reason for me. When you go through different things with people and you start to kind of see what type of person that is over here, what type of person that is, and you start kind of examining them, kind of like a psychologist. What's up, Miss Regina? I don't know these people. Right. I'm going to have a t-shirt saying that. When you start kind of observing people like a psychiatrist or a counselor, and you kind of see their personality traits, you start to see that there's this type of person over here I can't deal with. This type of person I can't get too close to them. This type of person I can get close to. This type of person I can tell only this to. You start to see different things when you go through situations with people. You start to see some things you're going to tolerate, some things you're not going to tolerate, some things you can, accept. Because again, none of us are perfect, right? But there's just some personality profiles that will only be more hurtful to you than actually help. And that's just the God honest truth. So once you figure that out, or you go through these different situations in life with people, you start to actually see that, okay, I can maybe gel with this person, or I cannot gel with this person. This person is a user. This person is a giver. This person is actually really nice without a motive. This person is nice, but it's with a motive. They want something from me. What's up, Keita? Keita said, I don't tell people my personal business. Right. And you shouldn't. When you examine people, you kind of see, okay, I can deal with this person. I can accept their personality, because again, none of us are perfect. We all have, I would say, different things, quirks about our personalities that are not always fitting, or they're not always likable, if that's the right word, right? So you're going to deal with that kind of stuff, right? And you just have to know who you can do that with. And and sometimes it's trial and error. Sometimes it's going through trials and tribulations with people, and you actually see how they move. I can give an example of a few people in this chat. Meek is a person that I could actually tell certain things to. And I know that it won't get back on the YouTube streets when she's mad at me. Keita's another one. Keita's a very private person, and she doesn't let a lot of people in her space. So whatever you tell her, it's going to stay within that circle with you and that, and her. Chicky's the same way. It's a lot. It's a few. Now, I ain't going to say it's a lot. It's a few people. It's a few people on here. Miss Coco, She's the type of person you would actually go to for encouragement. See, people have different giftings about them that you can gel with. You know, y'all different. Y'all got different attitudes, y'all got different personalities, but there's certain people you can gel with them even though you're different. That's what I see when I see certain people. And like I said, it's a rarity to find friends on YouTube. It's a rarity, but it can happen. Please press the like button. That's right. Press the like button. And I'm gonna have to get, I don't know how, if anybody's a content creator that actually knows how to give people a membership, I tell me, because I don't know how to do it. Anybody that wants it, because someone gifted, Swift gifted somebody 5. So if anybody can tell me, please do. So this is all I had to say today. Anybody that would like to come up, you are more than welcome to talk about this. But I believe it's something that I struggle with coming up, being too nice and knowing when to kind of pull back, knowing when to kind of put a person in a place, and knowing when to walk away. Yeah, for real. Press the like for Selena. Right. Press the like for home. Press the like for home girl. If you don't press the cash out, press the like button. Don't be a hater all your life. Don't be a hater all your life. Hi, Dr. Waltz. How are you? Don't be a hater all your life. Press the like button. But I appreciate you guys for coming through. Anybody that would like to come up, you're more than welcome. Kingstone, I'm gonna need you to stop lying to these folks. Talking about I struggle with it too. Your mean ass be in them chats laughing at everybody. Oh Lord. Kingstone, I'm gonna need you to tell the truth. Tell the truth, Jesus. Are you too nice? Do you know your boundaries? Do you know how to be assertive? Do you know how to be tell the truth like it is? Because sometimes I'm gonna be honest with you, telling the truth like it is, it hurts some feelings. And a lot of I know for me, especially if it's somebody I care for, that's not my intention. It's really not my intention. But if it's somebody like I don't like, and yeah, you gonna get whatever. And I'm trying to do better on that. But hey, I'm trying. I don't walk on water. Betty hit the link. Yeah, Betty, if you want to hit the link, anybody can hit the link. Now, if y'all pouring by me, it's gonna be on and popping. But hopefully I won't have that demonic activity over here. And shout out to Moonlight. She's doing a really popping. Her last few lives that she's done. One thing I can say about Moonlight, she's nice, but Moonlight's crazy as hell. But she is a nice person. And I think she's genuinely a nice person. Really, to be honest with you. We all can be a little throwed at times, but one thing I can say about Moonlight, she is herself. She is herself. Hey, Miss Coco, what's good?
Hey sis, how are you? Look, I literally walked in the house like 10 minutes ago. I'm gonna make sure it's nothing echoing in the background, is it?
No, no.
Okay, I just want to make sure because I try to make sure I cut everything off. I literally walked in the house like 10 minutes ago, but I was listening, of course, and I want to say this was an amazing topic. Salute to everybody in the chat that I missed. My cousin Gary, my
Yeah,
hottest
Gary.
town, Cheeky, and everybody
Uh-huh.
else. This was an amazing topic. And as talking about this friendships period, this all the other things that you mentioned, which I think is a very important topic. Just like for example, the situation that that I told you about that I'm going through. Um,
Mm-hmm.
we have to learn to vet people, even when you think
Yep.
you know. Sometimes you still got more vetting to do. You still got more work to do.
Right.
it's obvious that, even after 25 years, I didn't know homeboy. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's been like my family. So that means sometimes in our life, we're going to have to add, subtract, and delete, clear off
Right.
the in our life. You understand?
Mm-hmm.
Brother, tough love, watermelon head, aka watermelon head in the chat, y'all. Wait, watermelon head. Okay.
Uh-huh.
But it made perfect sense. Sometimes we have to do our due diligence and we have to vet people, because at the end of the day, like I said, when people show you who they are, you have to believe them. And it's,
Right.
and even with, times you're going to go through ups and downs with people, it still is on how we decide to deal with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That for me, I'm very transparent. I'm going straight at your neck, period. I don't care. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I will give you the opportunity before I go at your neck just to do right things. You know,
Right. Right.
is also what I've learned is it's important to protect your peace. It's important
Exactly.
your energy. All of these things are important. So even if you gotta speak on something, it's good. Speak on it, get it off your chest. Don't hold anything on you, and then know
Mm-hmm.
how to go to the next step, which is moving forward. You understand what I'm at?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's where I'm at with the situation, because quote unquote, motherfucker fuck around with me and turn me into the old me, Selena. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
But I
Exactly.
that I got way too much to lose to go down there in the gutter. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Mm-hmm.
when you get older and you go through things, you know what I'm saying, and life teaches you things and you have things to lose, you deal with things in a different manner. So it's getting dealt
Mm-hmm.
with just in a different way. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's another way of protecting your peace, because you can't let any type of situation like that consume you. You understand?
Exactly.
Can't let
Exactly.
it consume you. You have to always stay focused and keep your eyes, what we say, on the prize. So I just
Yeah.
wanted to come here real quick and salute you so much, sis. I'm so freaking proud of you. I want
Oh,
you to
thank
continue doing
you.
what you're doing. You're so absolutely beautiful and amazing and intelligent. I love your topics. I love your point of view, your interviews, just everything about you, period. Like I said,
Thank you.
you're well spoken. And I just wanted to make sure that I continue to give you your flowers. You understand?
Thank you.
Oh,
I
and, King,
appreciate
and
that.
girl, look, girl, I was riding down the street. I was laughing at King Stoner. He know he motherfucking laugh.
You know it. You know it. Browns can say, you motherfucking
Girl,
lying.
you know he laugh, girl.
King
I was
Stone
weak.
ain't mean,
Yo,
he
man, that
mean
shit out of my
ass.
heart too. He know he telling the damn lie
Yes, indeed. Just lying his ass off.
for no reason at all. Okay.
Ooh,
To everybody in
ooh.
salute,
What?
sis, like
What?
doing your thing. Keep saying
Uh-huh.
goes down, being you and authentically you. Okay.
Uh-huh.
And don't change for nobody else. Do you continue to do?
Uh-huh.
That's the key word of this message. All
Right.
right. Salute to you all. Like I said, I hope you
Thank
guys have a
you.
great night. I'm about to finish this paperwork up and lay it down. I got to get back up early in the morning.
Me
So,
too. Thank you, Miss Coco. You
okay.
my favorite, one of my favorites. I
Yes, and
always
you
say
are one
that.
of mine as well. Peace, you
Thank
guys.
you. Love you.
Love
Well,
you too.
I appreciate my Miss Coco and anybody else up. You are more than welcome to come up. And Miss Regina said, "Don't ask me a motherfucking thing. I'm grown." That's what Queen Regina said. It's true. Yeah, Miss Coco be watching you in the chats. Kingston, you ain't fooling nobody. Nobody, honey. But I appreciate you guys for coming through. Like I said, I wasn't gonna hold y'all long. This is an hour. And like I have to get up in the morning to go deal with the little, I would say the little angels, but that's a lie. So let me not be nice and just say gremlins. Because that's how they act a lot of times. But I appreciate you guys for coming through. Hey Burl, how are you, sweetie? Thank you. Make sure you guys press the like button, and I guess I'll figure out how to give people these memberships that my buddy Swifty Swift he bought for I guess 5 people. So anybody that wants a membership, I guess I'll figure out how to give it to you the next time I go live on the 23rd of October. And I'm going to another subject. I am going to be talking. I'm going to have Dr. Lord have mercy, Dr. Dawn. She is a certified life coach that I had on here when I first started my channel. And she's going to be talking with me about forgiveness. I don't know if you guys have a problem with it, or if you care to forgive people. But I definitely find out that the only reason why I want to forgive is because I want to be free. It's not for the other person. And I think people kind of get that mixed up. They're like, I don't want to forgive that person. I could never forgive that person for what they've done to me. And some people have done some really cruel things to people, and I get that. But forgiveness is not so much for them, it's actually for you, because you're the one walking around mad and don't know it. You think you're good, but you're really mad. You're really angry with the situations. A lot of people angry with God. That's why they hate God. A lot of people are angry with their parents. A lot of people are angry with just people in general for what has happened to them, for what that person has done. And really, the only person that is being destroyed is actually you. And I have had a problem with that. I'm not gonna lie to you. And like I said, lying to you and saying that, oh, I've learned to strive through it and I'm doing good. No, I'm not. Actually, I have struggled with it. It's very challenging for me. So even if people never asked you for forgiveness, and this is not being too nice, this is actually giving yourself a chance. And when I say that, a lot of times people die early because of heart failure, heart attacks, um, strokes, aneurysms, because they have a lot of unresolved unforgiveness. They have a lot of unresolved and hate for people. So, and whatever that person did to you. So, or it could even be, it could even be at God. So a lot of people have a lot of different issues with unforgiveness. And I don't think people are really being honest with themselves on a lot of things. It's some things that I still struggle to forgive my father for, right? But I'm learning that he did the best he could. He did the best he could with what he knew. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I can kind of turn some things around in my mind to, it's not so much I'm trying to be so nice or be so just such so Christian like. It's because I really want to be free. And a lot of us are not free. And that's why you see so many crazy, angry people on YouTube or at your job or even in your family, because they haven't really learned to let go. And basically, forgiveness is, again, not for that person, it's for you to let it go. You can't go back and change what has happened. That's the bottom line. That's the total truth. You can't. There's nothing you can do. We don't have a time machine to actually go back. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Are you going to continue to be an angry person, a hateful person? Or are you going to do something about it? You're going to learn to let it go. It's not saying I approve of what that person done to me, or I approve of that person. No, it's saying this is what happened to me. I don't like it. I might not even like that person, but I have to let it go because I got to be free. It is not good for me to keep this in my heart. Sometimes the only peace will is to let go and walk away. That's sometimes the only resolution. There's some relationships will not be mended, or they're not worth mending, or I would rather say. Some situations and some people you do need to walk away from. Period. And that's period. But that doesn't mean that you have to hold hate in your heart for them either. Now, I'm not saying I'm gonna like you and we're gonna go and go out with each other. No, we ain't doing that. And you better hope that I have a good day. So if I see you, them feelings don't come back. Forgiveness is just saying, look, it happened. I'm gonna let it go. I can't do nothing about it. I'm moving on. And that's just what that is. So Dr. Don is going to be on here to kind of help us walk us through this, for those who are actually interested. I think more people struggle with unforgiveness more than not. Right. A lot of people are you got people that still, a 50-year-old woman struggling with something that happened to her when she was 14. That it happens. And the reason why, a lot of it is she is unresolved because she can't forgive that person for what that person did to her. Selena, can I get a wrench? Oh, you better hush. You better get Kingston, you better get a cash app. Talking about, can you get a wrench? Um, I'm gonna tell y'all this, and this is a private thing, but I'm pretty sure it's one of my sisters, because again, it's five of us, right? So one of my older sisters, my my aunt, one of my aunts, husband molested her when she was 5 years old. He touched her in some places. Um, she waited until she was, I would say, 40 to tell my father that this person did this to her. And then she told my aunt, because the man had died years ago. He died years ago. And then she told that aunt that was married, to him, what happened. Now, this was not my father's brother. This was my father's sister. So, but it was, they did get married, so that was considered, the uncle. But he had died years ago, and she said that to my father. She said that, she said it to my aunt, that this is what happened, that he molested her, he touched her in some inappropriate places, and even exposed himself. And she had to first learn to let it go and forgive him, number one. Again, forgiveness is not for him, it was for her. So when she learned to forgive him and be like, this happened, I hate that he did this, I still don't like this person, but I have to understand that this is the past and I got to let it go. What he did to her made her into the person she is today. A lot of things that you go through as a child, they were horrible things, but they made the best come out of you. My sister is a social worker. She works with young women that have experienced some of the same things she's experienced. She's helping people in her community, young Black women, even brown women. She's helping her community because of the things that she went through. And she didn't allow what that person did to her take her whole life away. She learned to forgive, and forgiveness is not a one-time wonder. So let me make that clear. Forgiveness is an ongoing thing. And that's not being too nice. That's actually being good to yourself when you learn to let go, because you're only hurting yourself. That person has either died or that person has moved on, and sometimes they even forgot what they've done to you, or they don't care. So that is what we will be talking about on the 23rd. I got I believe Duke Farrow is tomorrow. Hopefully unless something changed with him. Because I'm curious about his life. And he hung out with the rapper Mo3. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him, but some of you are. That could be a lot to touch on. I've heard the amount of women that went through that is mind blowing. Yes, a lot of minority women, even some of these, I'm going to say this, even Caucasians, young women, have been through things like that. This is a universal thing. unfortunately. There's always been sick men and women that are attracted to young children, whether they're in the family or not in the family. That's what they call pedophiles. And it is, unfortunately, is uh it's a lot of, I'm not gonna say vast majority, but I can almost talk to people, just if I'm just taking a survey, there has been somebody that they know, or either they have experienced, or somebody that they heard of, have been through something like this. Miss Regina says these folks show up at all family funerals, and yeah, right, family reunions, keeping secrets, and it's destroying them on the inside. It's destroying them on the inside when they have to constantly see the abuser in front of them, the person that took their innocence. What do you do? Do you learn to forgive and let it go, or do you keep hate in your heart, and you're the one that's actually being miserable? That person has went on with their life, still doing it, or they just, they act like they don't forgot. So I just wanted to let you know about that. Okay, hey Captain Wolf, I thought you was gone. Good to see you. Okay, I'll put the link right here. Swifty Swift. Okay. Let's see. Thank you guys. I hope you guys press the like button for me. Yeah, but maybe I can get my sister on here to tell her testimony one day. I don't know if you guys would like that or not. I think it's very interesting, her story, and how she's helped so many people because of what she's been through. Okay, pin the link to come up. Okay. You said 8 out of 10 women that I know have experienced molestation by a trusted adult. Right. It happens. And it also happens in foster homes. Some of these women that have these boyfriends or husbands that are that they're foster parents, they're molesting or raping those children. And they have very little advocates at times to take up for them. Because you know what? They have been taught, you better not say nothing. You don't have nowhere else to go. Where you going to go? You the one going to get in trouble. I'm not, because they're going to think you a liar. See, they tell these children that. I put the link in the chat. Oh, okay. Vetted, I hope that's you. Hey, Vetted.
Hey, Selena. Good
Hey, pretty
evening.
voice. What's good?
I'm good. How are you tonight?
I am tired, but I'm good. I'm glad that you came up. What you got on your
Yes,
mind, girl?
girl, this is I love what you're doing
Oh,
today,
thank
tonight.
you.
This is such a very good topic to talk about and discuss because there are a lot of women and people in general that are going through things.
Right.
And depending on, like, how you grew up, the generation you're in, um, a lot of times when you experience things, you were never able to express it.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, like my family, like I have a lot of family that's from the South.
Right.
So, you were pretty much told, look, shut up, be quiet, do what you do as you're told, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people have experienced some kind of abuse, whether it's verbal, physical, touching on a little bit of the topic that you're going to talk about on the 23rd
Mm-hmm.
about molestation and things like that,
Right.
especially with a lot of young girls and boys too. But
Exactly.
it's a very serious thing. And
Exactly.
a lot of what you see displayed is like misplaced anger and frustration about experiences that they've had.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to follow like a lot of pages and YouTube channels and stuff that talk about it, because you think like, maybe it's just me or it's just my family. But one good thing about YouTube that you can use for your advantage is that you can find out a lot of things.
Right.
And you can see, like, I'm not the only one.
Mm-hmm.
I've experienced things that other women have experienced too.
Right.
And you have
Right.
a platform where even like this, having a conversation, or even if you don't, break down whatever you personally experience,
Mm-hmm.
just knowing like, hey, it's not my fault. It wasn't just me. It wasn't nothing that I said or did,
Mm-hmm.
or anything I didn't say or didn't do, because a lot of times people blame themselves.
Right.
Like, what did I say? What did I do? What
Mm-hmm.
is it about me that it's just like playing back a little bit on what you said earlier about certain types that good people attract.
Mm-hmm.
And those manipulators, those narcissists, like, they know a good-hearted person, they know an empath, like they can see you from a mile away.
Yeah, they can.
And I used to think that about myself too, like, what is it about me that
Right.
I'm attracting all these crazy people,
Right.
because
Right.
it's like, what am I doing? But I had to recognize, and it comes with experience, it comes with, like you were talking about forgiveness and not people pleasing. I used to be a big people pleaser too. That's
Mm-hmm.
why I'm like, I'm all in this conversation tonight. I'm like, yes, I know
Right.
exactly what you're talking about, because I've had those issues too.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm with the nice nasty. Like, I can tell
Yep.
you about yourself. I do not have to curse you out, but you won't feel everything I'm saying,
Yes.
and you
Yes.
gonna know it's not cool. But I don't mean to go on and on, but I'm really like looking forward to that live you said on the 23rd. And I was asking you, what time is the live going to
I
be?
think I put it at 7 or 7:30. I gotta go back and look at it. If you go on my page and look at the lives, I think it's gonna come up because I already scheduled it, but I can't. I like I said, I have so much going on. I forgot. It's either 7 or 7:30.
Okay.
So so it's gonna be, so if you're Eastern, you're
Yes, I'm
like an
Eastern.
hour. Yeah, you're an
Hmm.
hour ahead of me. So it'll be 8 in your time. But yeah, I wanna do this because like I said, I can only talk about the things that I'm experiencing or have experienced. I can't talk about something just on top of my head that just doesn't make sense. You know what
Right,
I'm saying?
right, right.
So I feel like with me struggling with forgiveness and struggling with sometimes being too nice because you want it to be liked or accepted, those are the things I can relate to. And those people that have that type of problem, then they can understand. But even if you're not that type of person, you kind of know, okay, well, you can kind of see, okay, where this is the type of person that does this. You'll have a better idea of other people. Because one thing I see on here, people are so they're sometimes they can be so narrow-minded. Not all, but
Yeah.
some. Okay, and I'm gonna say some, not all, but they're so narrow-minded to think that everybody thinks like them, everybody feels like them, everybody sees things, and that's not the fact. That's not the truth. You
And I
know, we're
think because
Mhm.
I'm sorry,
Go
we
ahead.
also use the word ignorant a lot, and we
Hmm.
don't really understand what that word means.
Right,
Just because we're older adults, don't mean that we have an understanding.
right.
And also, I want to ask you, for that live, are you going to have like an open panel afterwards,
Yeah, at the
or would
very
people
end.
just okay?
Hmm. Yeah, at the
Because I
very
because
end.
I think it's very important for people to know that um, when you talk about forgiveness, it does seem like it's a hard thing to do, but I can
Hmm.
definitely speak on um, um, giving forgiveness, and the way my life had, transpired after I have done so. Because
Hmm.
there is life at the end of the tunnel. I'm telling you, it's one of the best things that you can do
Right,
for
right, right.
yourself, not anyone else, for yourself.
Yeah. And that's what I have to always remind people when they say I can't never forgive. Okay, well, go ahead and die
Right? You can
a
have that on
angry
your heart.
person.
Yes.
You
Hmm.
know, because even if you don't think you're angry, let something that reminds you of a certain thing. And it's like that's that same way you was feeling when that other thing happened to you. You
Right.
get
And
what I'm
it's just
saying?
like we do with relationships. Like,
Mm-hmm.
whatever a guy, oh, I'm done with him, done with him, done with him. But
Mm-hmm.
if something comes up or his name is being spoke of and you don't feel no type of way, then that knows you
Mm-hmm.
have truly moved on. And that's
Mm-hmm.
what we really need to do for ourselves. Like I encourage anyone, like even if you haven't, I know you've gone to school and you're a teacher and you're enlightening our little ones with
Mm-hmm.
their personalities and stuff. But I would I would really encourage anyone to read a basic psychology book, Psychology
Right.
101, and get into the minds of people and behavior, and that could really help you understand people and how they move and how they think and
Mm-hmm.
why they do things, so that you won't take it personal. Like it has nothing to
Right.
do with you. It's all
Mm-hmm.
about those people. So
Mm-hmm.
now it becomes, what are you going to do about the situation? Like I don't want to be mad and angry all day. So why
Right.
would I allow someone to determine what kind of day I'm going to have?
Exactly.
Absolutely not. So
And that's why I said, I'm learning to have boundaries with people and just call it, and if I have to call a spade, it just that it is what it is.
right.
And I can say things, I'm gonna do it respectfully at first, then that second and third, that second, maybe third time, you gonna get it. So that's just how I operate. But like I said, it's different. It's I would say different reactions for different people and situations. So you have to
Exactly.
be mindful of that. You can't just
Hmm.
always, do it with your first thought either. So that comes with maturity and just,
Yes.
having wisdom. But Vetted, you are lovely. I appreciate it. Tell Miss Brown Skin Lady, tell her I'll give her a like, but tell her I'm finna go to bed.
All right.
So
Is
let
she
her
going
know.
live?
I think so.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
I and I appreciate you coming up here and your pretty little voice. It's very
Oh,
pretty.
that's what
Um,
everyone say. But when you hear your voice back, it's like, oh my God, I sound horrible. But I
mhm.
appreciate that. But I
Okay.
just want to piggyback what everyone's saying. Like, you are a breath of fresh air over here. We're talking
Thank you.
about serious things that matter, that's important. And you have the personality. You're very beautiful.
Thank
And we
you.
just love the vibe. Well, I love the vibe that you have over here. So
I appreciate that. Thank
I'll
you so
definitely be
much.
checking in. And thank you.
All right, and tell more people about me. I'm trying to get up to 1,000 before Jesus comes back.
Yeah, I
Because-
have to like try to find out how to like get my community walk. Like I'm not all that savvy with YouTube.
Mhm.
But I definitely would be sharing if once I get it up and running, definitely I sure
Thank
will.
you, Vetted.
And
I
thank you for
appreciate you.
having me.
Always, you're always welcome.
And I see
Always.
King Stoner. You know what?
Kingston, and I'm surprised he over here because
He is a mess. He is
his
such a
girl,
mess.
his
And I
girl
just
live, brown
he
skin.
is
So
he
I'm
is
surprised he's still over here.
he's a mess. That's all I'm just gonna say his name and that's it. And that's all. But thank
Ooh,
you for having me. I
all right,
appreciate
love your
it.
spirit. Thank
Thank
you.
you. And you have a good night.
You too.
Okay, bye
Guys,
bye.
I appreciate Vetted. I appreciate in Queen Regina. Yes, that's what's going on in this sector and a lot of sectors. It's not just this sector, it's in the Mo3 sector, it's in the beef sector. People just do not understand boundaries and sometimes people can just be downright mean spirited. So they do need a little touch of niceness, to be honest with you. But I appreciate you so much, guys, for coming through. Well, John, I think they put you and Will T channel and Miss Coco. Anybody got a channel? I hope they put it in the chat because I want everybody to be blessed, not just me. We all in this together, honey. We all in this together. So, guys, I love you guys, Reese's Pieces. Even you, King Stoner. Thank you for coming through. And you are always welcome, King Stoner, as long as you behave. King Stoner said he always nice. That's his problem. But anyway, thank you so much, 7G07. Guys, make sure you press the like button and just know that if nobody else told you, Selena loves you to Reese's Pieces, and I appreciate your support. everybody that came through here. I can't name everybody, but you know who you are. Thank you so much. And I will see you guys the next time. Bye.